Progressive Victory has been collaborating with a whole bunch of people who are gunning it for the primaries and for the midterms, and we'll be talking to a good number of those people. They've been making friends. Oh yeah, PV launched Pride merch. Get your own Progress Victory membership card, which I have. Mine is red. Mine's special because it's red. Yours will be blue. Fuck you. 5 winners out of 14 entries chosen. Vintage cotton twill cap. Politics is woke and gay. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. The designs were made by community members and 51% of revenue goes to artists. Oh, that's really sweet. That's really, really cute. I'm happy to hear that. Politics is woke and gay. That's cute. That's cute. I like that a lot. That's really cute. You made a swimsuit? Now that's Pride merch. Hey, how you doing?
How are you? Usually people tell me to quiet it down, so it's my first time hearing.
Really? Okay.
That side.
I might have Discord a little bit undertuned right now then. That could be on me.
No, it's just me.
Gotcha. How's your day going? It's getting kind of wacky over there in your home state.
It's crazy. It's getting crazy. Safe. Let's start that. No, it's good. Wrapping up the day almost. It's 5 p.m. So pretty good so far. How's yours?
My day is going great. Unfortunately, I mean, I cover the news. It's pretty much all bad news these days. Unfortunately, like it's really difficult to find like a positive bit to key in on. So I'm trying my best, when the opportunity presents itself.
No, I see that.
So please introduce yourself to the chat and where you're running and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hi, I'm Katie Bunsil. I'm running for Congress in New Jersey's 6th District. I'm trying to unseat a 19-term AIPAC-backed incumbent, and the election is tomorrow. So I haven't been breathing for the past 24 hours. So.
Yeah, how's that been? Is this your first run at public office?
It is my first, and it's been amazing. It really has been. I met a lot of cool people, did a lot of cool things, and learned a lot. So it's just onwards from here.
Yeah, I want to know about that because I've talked to people who are varyingly familiar with the process of running for election, but I think to me it's still so abstract. Like what is the decision-making process in between just being a regular old American and then and then you're running for office? Like what motivated you to do that?
So in November, after Trump won again, like my stomach was just,
I heard about
I couldn't
that.
even, it's insane. And I basically cried and said, enough is enough. Someone's got to do something. And my incumbent is usually unopposed, rightfully so, because it's so scary to go against someone that has millions of dollars in their war chest, right? So who's stupid enough to go against someone like that?
Fred
But
Plum.
I'm the stupid one because I'm tired. I'm so sick of it. It's like we're walking around like everything's okay, but it isn't. So a couple days after the presidential race, I said, I am going to run for Congress. I didn't really tell anyone until I filed.
Really? I would not be able to shut up about if I was to. I feel like I would soft pitch that to like everyone in my life beforehand, to make see if one of them would slap me out of it beforehand.
They tried after I did. They were like, you're crazy. Don't do it. It's Frank Pallone. I'm like, it didn't matter if it was Donald Trump. I was going to do it anyway.
Super fair on their part to give that an attempt. Yeah, no, I'm looking at Frank. I mean, I recognize him. He does have a bit of a 1980s evil businessman, American Psycho stink about him, sort of, aesthetically. I not to say that necessarily speaks to one character, but that there is a bit of a correlation,
Yeah, you could say that.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Or 1951. Oh man, he's old. He's old.
Yeah. We're 40 years apart.
God damn. It's this the average age of I think the gap is closing slightly, but the average age of a Democratic representative is still I think a decade higher than Republicans.
It probably is. If I were to guess, probably 68. Pushing 70.
It's crazy.
Would be the average, right?
They
don't want to retire.
I'm not even generally that popular. I like Bernie, right? I don't think that being old innately means you have bad politics, but there's definitely a correlation somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So okay, okay. 3rd district, then there was redistricting. He's been in the 6th district since 1993. Oh my, that's
1993.
That's longer than I've been alive. I was born in 94. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. Longer than I've been alive. I was born in 91, so it's insane.
Yeah. He was in 88 in the 3rd district. Yeah, so even longer. Oh my God. Okay. So his longevity aside, how's the experience been for running? Like, how have you been? You said you've been having a good time. You've been meeting good people. How's it been going?
Outside of, the incumbency and people don't play fair, I've gone through all like the ups and downs. I've gotten my signs stolen from public spaces. I don't know who's been stealing them, but they're disappearing. I'm not naming names, whoever's taking them, but it's hard.
You've got them. You're pursuing vengeance in your own time.
In my head, but it's outside of that, it's been good. I think the toughest thing is really getting your name recognized. It's that name recognition against someone that's been there longer than I was able to say ABCs. It's insane, but it's good. Progressive Victory has helped quite a lot. My volunteer base is a big chunk of it is from them.
That's nice.
And
I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, and these like young people are just like ready to fight for what's right. And yeah.
It is really frustrating how, because like the Democratic Party, the constituency, the voters are gunning for change. They really want change. They don't feel represented by Congress. But name recognition bias is still like overwhelmingly the biggest factor in who they decide to vote for. Like you have young people will be like, young people barely vote, right? Like in fairness, but when they do vote, they're they're like, look at the most progressive candidate who isn't being backed by AIPAC, who's like, a progressive, who would be a progressive Dem. And they talk with the older Democrats and they agree on policies. There are older Democrats who are like, yeah, we need to do this, we need to do that. But absent any outside influence, the older Democrats still go out and vote for the name recognition candidate, the guy who's been in office for literally longer than I've been alive.
100%. And the money comes a long way. It really helps a long way. And a lot of people would say, I really like your policies, but this guy has millions of dollars and he's probably going to spend millions of dollars on marketing and ads. And how are you ever going to beat someone that has that? But so we're in this weird space of, I really like you, but I don't think you could win. So maybe I shouldn't back you. It's like, it's a weird thing. People want change, but they're so scared to actually take part of that change. And especially now when you talk to a lot of people, I think the biggest fear in my district is losing that power against fascism, right? And they think this powerful man in Washington will protect them forever. But you have the conversations with them and you're like, do you know what he's doing? Do you know what he's voted for? You know what he's voted against?
That's do you know who's that really depresses me. It's not actually how many voters support Trump. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got plenty of negative feelings about that, but it's that the people who recognize that Trump is a problem are still really, I don't know, conditioned to be unaware of the direction they need to pull things. Like if you want to fight back against the influence that Trump has in this country, you're not doing it through a 36-year incumbent AIPAC-backed ancient, like this is not like the direction you're going to stir things up. But people still do it. They're still like, well, he's a Democrat, it's depressing. That depresses me because I think it engenders a passivity and a what would the right term be? Like an apathy where you're just like, well, I voted for the guy on the ticket and nothing happened. So, and then people just stop voting altogether. It's true. I actually got in a little bit of conversation with someone because I said, this is the time to not vote blue just because this is not the time of vote blue no matter who. You have to vote for the right people and the right progressive values. And they're saying, oh, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. You can't say that in a strong Democratic district. But I'm telling them, you can't just take Democrat and think it's good. Especially not. Yeah. It's like and people recognize that too. And you see that because right now support for the Democratic Party from Democratic voters is at the lowest level it has ever been since we started tracking that. Like it is empirically true that people are dissatisfied with the representation they're getting, but still they go out and people have a bias towards the names they recognize. Then I think that over time, like years and years of disappointment with the limits of what those representatives can do, which is often not very much, it calcifies in them. And they think like, well, maybe it was never going to be better. Maybe there are no possible outcomes that fix the problem, No, and I've been bringing this up quite a lot. It's not really left versus right or Democrats versus Republicans. It's
people that are voting versus people that don't care to vote. That's the biggest split. That's the biggest divide, especially in my district. It's a strong blue hold, but you have people that just don't care anymore to vote. That's why we keep losing these seats. And the importance of going out to vote is still something that we should keep talking about.
This is why it's so frustrating for me. You're familiar with Senator Chuck Schumer's heuristic for reaching out to the American people, where he talks about like this theoretical independent or moderate, like Pennsylvanian voter or whatever he imagines, like a moderate family. And it's infuriating because like in my experience, right, there are very few moderates in America. There are lots of disenfranchised, apathetic people, like over 100 million of them, right? And they're way easier to reach out to. You just have to show them that you won't be like the rest. You have to prove to them that you're worth their time. And it feels like a lot of people have just given up on that, you know?
Oh, it's 100% true. Like just last weekend, we knocked on a lot of doors that's never been knocked on. And a lot of these people didn't even realize there's an election in a few days. It's because like you have these incumbents that's been there forever that just feel like they're going to win the seat over and over. So they stop getting that connection. They stop reaching out to those people that feel like they don't need to vote. Yeah, and that's something we're trying to expand. Yeah.
Tell me about that. Yeah. So you're going door to door. You're having these conversations. I understand, like obviously, given the incredibly long running incumbency of the current congressman from 06, I imagine this district probably doesn't get a lot of like, you know, up and coming firebrands. What kind of conversations were you having? You know, I imagine a lot of these people, they've never been like canvassed to at all.
Yeah, my one person that really stuck to me was this old lady. She was in her 80s. She opened the door, and this was during our petitioning phase, where in New Jersey you need to get 500 valid signatures to get on the ballot. I knocked on her door, and it took her a while to get to the door. And when she got there, she's carrying this tank, her oxygen tank, and she was telling me that she might as well die because they cut her medical insurance. Ugh. And the state didn't give her medical insurance. And I asked her, have you tried to reach out to Pallone, Representative Pallone? She's like, who is that? Mind you, she's lived in that house for 50 years.
It is.
It was shocking that she's never heard of him, right?
Especially since she's had all the time in the world to, considering how long he's been there.
Yeah, and I asked, have you ever received anything? A mailer, an email for donations? That's usually when they come out. And she said she's never heard of him. And I had to kind of educate her on who he is and how long he's been there. She signed my petition, which was really, really nice. But it was so disheartening to hear that there are people out there that spent decades in the district and still were very disconnected from who actually represents them.
Well, they're responding to the pressure that's been put on them, right? They're responding to efforts made to convince the American people that, you know, no matter who you vote for, you're always getting basically the same outcome, right? And so they're responding to that. I think that, like, especially, I mean, if you're 80 years old, right, you can vote red, you can vote blue, you vote for this candidate or that. One way or another, Medicare gets worse, Medicaid gets worse, Social Security, you know, continues to be defunded. The overall, like, arc of history continues in a relatively predictable direction. So and then people forget it was ever possible for things to be good.
No, that's actually true. And it's very sad, but we've got a lot of those. And then there are the ones that are like, oh, I need Pallone because we need someone who's strong that's going to fight. And there are other people that just like, I don't care. You know, nothing's going to change. And that's what hurts me the most, is that these people have given up so much on the party as a whole because they feel like we haven't done anything for them. Because I agree with Bernie. It's like we gave up on these people. It's not that rightfully so that they would give up on the Democratic Party.
Yeah, tell me a bit about 06, by the way. I have visited New Jersey only once. I took a trip to New York, and then I went across the river and spent some time. I enjoyed the high rises very much. I went to a university there. What's the university right across the water? It doesn't. I had a great time, is my point. And
it's probably Rutgers if you had a great time.
Maybe it was. I wish I had a better memory. I could pull up a good anecdote. You know what? I had a great cookie. I remember having a phenomenal cookie while I was over there. It was disgusting. Must have been like 2,000 calories. It killed me. But I was
Yes, those
happy.
are the best ones.
I was happy eating it. So tell me about New Jersey '06. You know, what's going on over there? What's the disposition?
I mean, it's a strong blue. So no matter whoever wins this seat wins in November.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a lot of Frank Pallone is a top ranking member of one of the strongest committees in Congress. So there is this fear that if they lose him, they lose a strong New Jersey voice. But then we have to kind of realize that he hasn't really been that strong of a voice. He co-sponsored Medicare for All, but it's still not passed. And the millions of dollars of AIPAC is just really insane to me.
Yeah,
This guy wouldn't
M4A seems honestly like an outlier considering his general politics.
That's very true. And he takes money from a lot of pharma. So we kind of, I don't know where the lines get blurry there, right? And yeah, but it's right now, a lot of the young kids are really from NG6. They're so excited for change. They're ready for change. But I'm like, you got to vote for that change. But then we have a big percentage of the strong 20-30% that actually are strong primary voters. Those are still the ones that are so scared to lose a seat to red, and they think Pallone is the answer.
Won't in New Jersey '06, right?
We
like
won't.
It's
exactly.
It's not possible, basically. Yeah,
it's not.
The demographics here, 100% urban district. I mean, it's not at risk. So you can actually try. You can afford to roll dice a little bit on who you're putting out there.
You can. And I've said that, and they redistricted the district in 2021 to make it bluer. So there's no way out here. It's bluer than blue, if you know. But I don't know where this fear is. They think this man who's been there for 37 years is gonna do right by them, which I disagree. Especially now that there's just sense of urgency that he's just not meeting. But we've been trying to convince those voters that, hey, listen, it's me. You need young blood in there. You need fighters. You need people that are just relentlessly going to fight for you.
I think the
and won't take money from big corp. Yeah.
The urgency is the thing that really gets me too, because I'm pretty left leaning, and I'm more left leaning certainly than anyone in Congress. But what I find in terms of who I agree or disagree with, or who I get most hyped up by, is not actually how left leaning their politics are usually, but rather how much do they perceive where we are right now as an existential threat to the continuity of the country. And some politicians, even if they have the right positions, they act like we're just going to get out of this. They act like we're going to round the corner. And I think very few politicians, very few people in media, very few people in general acknowledge the fact that we're like actually on a razor's edge right now. We are really close. Right. In a lot of respects. You could like monetarily, fiscally, debt, healthcare, like in so many ways. We're talking like very bad outcomes. And sometimes you take a look at these people in DC and they look like they haven't had a new thought since 2008. Like they are just a camera's put in their face and they're like, Trump, yeah, no, it's pretty bad, you know. Like they've just been coasting by. And I guess maybe that's because they're old or they keep getting reelected or whatever. But like, how can you claim to represent the Democratic people when the average Democratic voter is losing their minds right now? They're going crazy, which they should be, because things are really, really bad.
Yeah, and that's what I really hate, is that we continue just blaming Trump and the Republican Party. But Trump has only been there for so long. We've been bad for way longer. It needs to end. Trump is leaving. I mean, I hope he does in 2 years. Or 3 years. I really forgot. I feel like it's been 25 years at this point.
He'll never leave.
But
he
has limits, right? We at one point we need to realize that he is not just the problem here. It's us. We gotta start doing something here. Chop chop. Like
what really pisses me off is when they act, like you said, they act like Trump is the problem. It's almost like they're doing Republican work for them. When Trump collapses the country, then the Democrats are setting up a situation where the rest of the Republicans get to wipe their hands clean of him. And the people who sold out to Trump will then get to run like they're the solution to the problems they put into place. The Republican Party is lockstep with Trump. There is no division there. They are more loyal to Trump than any party has ever been to their president. It's ridiculous. The idea that there's some kind of schism there is and always has been delusional. But there are some Democrats that have been pushing that line for over a decade now. Like, they're really insistent. Like, any day now, the Republican Party, the good Republicans, like, Jesus, I don't know, Rubio? Cruz or something, like they'll see that old Donnie's actually real bad and they'll turn around. I don't know where they're getting this from. It's crazy to me.
No, we need to wake up. Like, we're all so bad, and we act like it's just Republicans in House and in Senate right now. Like, we forget that Democrats also vote against their own people at times, and we need to stop just blaming that party. We need to do better as our own party. And we need to remember why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Democrats not doing good enough, I was curious on your opinion of what's going on right now at Delaney Hall. Since I assume you're familiar with the statements of Governor Sherrill concerning the ongoing dynamic down there.
It's crazy. I went there a few times, experienced a lot of the hostility, the tear gassing. My eyes were bad for a while. But
you've been down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there for a bit.
Okay,
and
how to go? What happened? Fill me in, please.
Absolutely. So so this has been going on for 10 days, over 10 days now, right? And the first few days we were peaceful. I mean, there's some alterations, but it's peaceful. We're chanting. It's typical protest, asking for the demands that the detainees want. And then Governor Sherrill, stepped in. And she basically made the state PD feel brave and strong, that now they're like, okay, gates are open. Let's just go to Delaney and disrupt everyone else. So now this peaceful protest that they said is supposed to be peaceful, it's not peaceful anymore. Now, police, not even ICE, our own police people attacking protesters, not even just protesters, they're also attacking media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a video on MS Now just yesterday where like 7 cops were pushing back an MS Now reporter for like 2 minutes, just back up, back up, back up, until the reporter was so far away that all of the light in the background outside of the detention center was just a little dot. It was crazy. They don't want press anywhere near this.
No, they're hiding something. And like, the first time that Governor Sherrill went there, she got denied access to go inside. And then she had a press conference. Oh, they're probably hiding something. Duh. Why do you think they will not let you in? But she stopped there. I think that's my biggest issue here. She should have kept pushing. She has the authority to do so. But instead of doing that, instead of finding a way to get the detainees what they want, and mind you, these people inside, they're not getting medical attention. They're not being fed right. They're getting fed expired food. They were cut access to visitors. It was just really bad. And instead of doing that, she sent the police. Which, talk about being democratic here.
And they've been in lockstep, right? It's like
yes.
you claim to be a Democrat, right? Democrats vote for you. Democrats want change. No Democrats are happy with Trump or what Trump's doing. There's really not much of like an overlap in the Venn diagram here. Democrats don't like ICE, nor should they. And yet, Governor Sherrill has said that the protesters are the ones aggressing, engaging in violence, upping the tension, raising the stakes, and has also deployed state police, which it speaks to the apathy. This is how people get reelected 36 years in a row, right? People look at this and they think, what the fuck is the point? Like, why bother keeping up with who's running every 2 years or every year for the special elections? When Democrat or Republican, all of the same brutality plays out unabated. It's like a machine designed to make people not want to go out and vote.
Exactly. That's 100% true. Because when she was running during the primary, she said, you need a different kind of governor. You need someone that's going to understand and do something better than everyone else. Yet here we are. And disappointment is a very, not even strong word to use. It's not even enough to explain how I feel, because she was calling out protecting. She's saying this is all for public safety. I got to protect New Jersey. But this is not protecting us at all. We were there peacefully. I mean, I went there multiple times. And if they're so scared of us chanting and just singing along, literally playing guitar in front of Delaney Hall, you shouldn't be there at all if that's what scares you, if that's what is a threat to public safety is to you.
Yeah, no,
But she deployed, yeah.
I think the reason why they are so pressed to deploy state police is because the thing the Trump administration really fears is footage continuing to reveal just how weak ICE actually is. That these are by and large like undertrained, unfit in many senses, bloated man children who are who sign up because they want a bonus and they want the chance to hit black people and Latin people with a baton. And you see them in any kind of crowd confrontation, they fold, they look scared, they look helpless, they don't know what they're doing, and they shouldn't know what they're doing because what they're doing is bad, and illegal.
Exactly.
And the administration wants to essentially like deputize state police to get a barrier to avoid those embarrassments. And I think it's sickening, and I'm incredibly disappointed in Governor Cheryl. Not that I expected like a huge amount from her, but I expected better than this. And it's really depressing, It's genuinely just makes you not want to participate.
No, exactly. And that's the reason why people don't vote. And you said it just right there. It's if the same people that promise you something turn their backs on you, why the hell would I keep voting? There's no point because the trust is gone. And we've been calling her office. Everyone's been calling her. Everyone's been begging her to do something. And every time that she does try to do something, it's the opposite of what she should be doing. And this is not the New Jersey that I love. We shouldn't be doing this at all. It's very sad.
If you were elected, would you exercise your congressional authority to inspect the New Jersey federal detention facility?
100%, 100%. There was that little girl outside with me the other day. She wanted to see her father. It was her birthday. She was 10, and she was saying that she hasn't seen her father because they cut her rights to see her father. That her father is diabetic, wasn't being given his insulin, being fed expired bread and milk. And she's just like, listen, if we should make a deal with Trump, we should send them in there. Let's see how long they last. And I agree. I mean, the biggest thing is we need to abolish ICE. And clearly these people are not, you can't even say, let's retrain them or train them better. No, just get rid of them. They don't know what they're doing. And the fact that you're not allowing anyone inside, and actually they did allow a couple of elected officials there. A couple of Congress people actually went inside. And when they came back, they said there are people that are being forced to sign papers without legal representation that they don't even understand what they're signing. It could be a deportation paper. There's a lot of craziness going on in there that we need to stop. And I think
we know if what was going on in there was acceptable, they would let people with cameras in. Like there's no two ways about it. It's no, you don't hide things you're proud of. If the people in there are getting lobster for dinner, they would be showing it.
Exactly.
We know they're not.
Yeah. They're protecting it like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah. It's difficult to do politics in an age where half of the country just does not care about the brutality they're inflicting, and the other half seems like not willing to engage on the level necessary. I'm really happy to hear that you would exercise your congressional right to oversight, because it's not nearly as popular
100%.
among Democratic Congress people as I would like.
No, we need to do that. You know what? It's funny because they're protecting it like the Epstein files. Like, we know you're hiding something. Like, just open it. Open
and it's
it
so
up
obvious
and let us
that
see it.
It feels almost trite bringing it up, like with the Epstein files. Like, we all know why they're hiding the Epstein files. It's not like it's not a reach, right? We all know. Likewise, we know why they won't show us the inside of the federal detention facility. It almost feels embarrassing to be put in the position where you have to be passionate for the side of goodness, because it's so obvious. It's so like trite and repetitive, but we have to do it because they are more committed to being evil sometimes than good people are to being good.
No, it's true. And there's a lot of misinformation, because Governor Cheryl also was saying that a lot of people are starting, the protesters are starting, they're initiating half of the things that are happening, and the police just have to protect themselves. But if you look at the footage, if you look at just at least 5 reels on what's going on the ground, you'll see that it's the opposite. So why are we doing this? Like it just needs to end. And they arrested over 60 people last night.
Yeah,
and
no,
we're still waiting.
it's only going up. Yeah, I remember it was like
100%.
12 arrested 2 nights ago. It seems like it's going to get like continuously worse from here. And as is always the case, right? Because the governor and like local officials aren't stepping up to like lead the protest, over time the protest will degrade. Initially, it's like well-intentioned citizens, but over time there are more rabble-rousers who stay there. This is inevitable. This happens at all protests, no matter what. And without any kind of central direction, eventually it's just going to turn into a melee, and the president will speak publicly about it, and he'll say, I don't know, it's Antifa, and that'll be that. It'll just degrade into nothing, as it so often does.
Exactly. Yeah. We keep forgetting what our constitutional rights are now. So they keep.
Well, at least we still have the right to run, you know?
What kind of run? I don't know. I feel like half the time they don't want people running for all the right reasons, and they try to cut them. But
we theoretically have the right to run. We theoretically have the right to run against 36-year incumbents or something.
It's true. Yeah.
I am very happy, by the way, that you've had a positive experience with Progressive Victory. And
they're great.
The canvassing and phone banking. They're very nice. I like a lot of the people there.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. I mean, from day one till election day, they've been there. So it's pretty good. It's nice.
As you said, your stomach is in knots over tomorrow.
I can't breathe. I think I'm excited to know what's up, but also I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? But overall, we started a movement. I'm very proud of the campaign that I've built. I'm very proud of everyone that stepped in, and we've done a lot of good things, and definitely won't be the last of me. They'll get so sick of me.
You plan to keep running in the future as well?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so. I'll start with, before I do anything, I just want the detainees out of Delaney Hall first. Let's start there. After election, I'm gonna 100% focus on just helping the detainees and just go into Delaney as much as I could. We actually stopped campaigning for a little bit because we helped them a couple of days there. But yeah, this won't be the last of me. I won't stop until we have the nation that I think we deserve, which is equal opportunity for all.
I'm really happy to hear that. And thank you so much for going down there. I mean, be safe, obviously. You're probably going to catch a few more, stray tear gas shots when you head down. I hope none of them hit you directly. I hope I hope it doesn't go that bad, right?
Imagine.
No rubber bullets like directly to the chest. Please. So as a reminder to all of the, those of low attention span in chat, could you please remind everyone who you are, where you're running, and give them a pitch, why they should support you.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm Katie Bunsil. I'm running for Congress in New Jersey's 6th District, which is Middlesex and Monmouth counties. And I am fighting for universal health care, true universal health care, single payer system, universal child care, $17 federal minimum wage. However, it's the $25 on the floor now, so I will 100% support that. And better Social Security for seniors. My parents are seniors, so that's very dear and near. Labor rights. LGBTQ. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride Month. I almost forgot.
Yeah, I reminded you. I'm happy and proud to be part of that community. So that's very important to me as well. But if you want to learn more about us, katiebansel.com. And if you're from the district, vote for me tomorrow. Polls open at 6, and I may be having a heart attack by 8 p.m. when they close, but please come out. And if you are very passionate about politics, please also support Progressive Victory. I love them so much. We have so much fun together. So let's keep the movement going. And thank you, Vosh, for having me. It's really nice, and it's been a pleasure.
No, likewise. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking the time. And go relax, do whatever takes your nerves off. I hope things go well tomorrow.
Thank you. Me too. You'll hear about it for sure.
Oh, no, for sure. I'll be here. I'll see the numbers. Have a wonderful day. Or
Sounds
night,
good.
evening.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Hey, that was nice. I'm dipping my toes back in. We're in the primary grind. Yeah, seriously, if you want to help her out, and it's a long run too. Okay, you don't get to be an incumbent for, I don't know how long that guy, 100 years, however long that guy. Jesus Christ, look at this. And this is only Frank Pallone winning in the 6th district. He originally was in the 3rd. So he won like 4 times in the 3rd district and then came over to the 6th district and did this. So like it's obviously unseating this, that's a bit of an uphill battle. Yeah, the rot, seriously. The fucking the entropic forces, you know? Seriously though, go and say that was nice. Go Katie. We love Katie's here, you know? Katie Bansel, Katie Wilson. It's been known. Pallone, not Italian at all. No, I'm sorry to say, but if your opposition to Frank Pallone is based on the assumption that he is not a true blue Italian, look at him. There's no way he's not. I think he's Roman Catholic too. So if you're a hardliner for a Roman Catholic representing New Jersey 06, well, actually, I mean, I didn't ask Katie if she's Roman Catholic. Maybe she's Roman. It's balls in the air. If Roman Catholicism is determining your vote in Jersey's 6th district, then I pitch the field to you. But if you value anything else like fighting against Trump, then yeah, go ahead and support Katie, and do so through Progressive Victory, because Progressive Victory has been I'll lay the field out a little bit. Progressive Victory has been collaborating with a whole bunch of people who are gunning it for the primaries and for the midterms. And we'll be talking to a good number of those people. They've been making friends. Oh yeah, PV launched Pride merch, which I'm contractually obligated to shill for. It's not actually a contractual obligation. I have never signed a single piece of paper that Progressive Victory has offered me, but I do want to, they did release Pride merch, you know? New Pride 2026 contest. Pride 2026 contest? What is this? Get your own Progress Victory membership card, which I have. Mine is red. Mine's special because it's red. Yours will be blue. Fuck you. 5 winners out of 14 entries chosen. Vintage cotton twill cap. Politics is woke and gay. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. The designs were made by community members and 51% of revenue goes to artists. Oh, that's really sweet. That's really, really cute. I'm happy to hear that. I'm just clicking to make sure the store... Sometimes when you click on a store page, it's like, ship to your address. And then it's got a photo of the back of your head is taken through the window behind me. You know what I mean? So whenever I open a store page on stream, I make sure it's not one of those store pages. Politics is woke and gay. That's cute. That's cute. I like that a lot. That's really cute. 3D scanning your ass. So yeah, you click on the store page and they have like a live video of your colonoscopic the camera tube. You know what I'm talking about. They got you up there. You don't want us to know your address? Well, some fans know my address, like my friends, my partner. I would say they're, to an extent fans of my work, and they all know my address, You made a swimsuit? Now that's Pride merch. Doesn't your partner live with you? Yeah, so yeah, they know my address. Anyway, that was a great interview, wasn't it? I had fun. I have to dial down my instinct. My instinct is to always talk. I love talking. I love the sound of my own voice. But I feel like that was a good tit for tat, part for part. I feel like we engaged, back and forth a bit there. Thank you. And thank you, PV, for having us, for setting us up,